Well, things are a lot less sexy here on Saturday, July the 13th. That is the most dressed you're ever going to see my bed. Usually I just kind of have I guess I did tuck it in down there. But usually I just kind of toss my sheet to the side, and it's kind of like this time I made it presentable since I don't know if Mom or Sean is going to be sleeping in here tonight, since they're both spending the night for our overnight paranormal investigation at the old courthouse. So I just went ahead and made it look presentable. And yes, I will try not to step in the place where Minxie threw up on the floor. But the guest bed is also dressed. So, but it usually is anyway. So that's nothing new. But yes, since, we have our little event that we are doing today. Oh goodness, I thought maybe I would go ahead, because it's after midnight. That counts as the next day. Sure does. It is midnight 30? Midnight. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. But yeah, I went ahead and, I made myself a pizza so that I could eat. Made myself a pizza so that I could eat, you know what I'm saying? But while that was cooking, I went ahead and started making the beds, and because Gail's video, the last video that I hadn't watched, the question of the day, was like 15 minutes long, so I was like, I'm gonna make myself a pizza before I sit down. I'm gonna get myself something to eat, get some snacks, and sit down and watch the last of his videos. Not like the last one ever, but just the last one that I hadn't watched yet. And while that was cooking, I was like, I'm at least gonna start making these beds, because of that, Miss Minx. I don't know what she's going on about in the other room, but I figured I would at least get started, making the beds, because I figured she'd probably jump up and attempt to help, So I was like, well, maybe if I can get, the fitted sheet on, and if she jumps up here and decides to help or lay down, I'm like, I'll just put the sheets on later, or put the blanket on later, or whatever. But then she ended up pretty much leaving me alone the whole time, except for when I was trying to make my bed. That's when she decided to come in there and jump up and bother me. So I ended up actually just getting the whole thing finished. Because I was like, if I gotta come back to it later. Like I said, the paranormal investigation at the old courthouse goes from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. In yesterday's video, I said 10 p.m. to 1 p.m. And I'm like, no, it's not that long. Jesus. So it's like 3 hours, I guess, right? 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. So, but he's like, yeah, I'm like, we're not coming home to go to bed until like 1 a.m. in the morning anyway. So I got time to finish these. But now they're finished, and it's done, and I don't have to worry about it. Anytime I can get something done. Truth. But I figured, since it was after midnight already, and now you're going to play with those. I threw them at her earlier, and she didn't want anything to do with them. But now that I'm trying to make a video, and she's going to just make some noise in the background. So don't worry about it. It's just mix. But yeah, since I don't know exactly what, we're going to be doing today. Well, Mom's coming to town at 11 like she usually does, and Sean will be here 11-ish, hopefully, because we're going to go for lunch. But since I didn't want to get wrapped up in all that and forget to do the question of the day, since we're almost on day 200, I've almost been doing this. This is day 194, I believe. I've almost been doing this for 200 days straight, and I haven't fucked it up yet. I don't want to. I was like, I'm over halfway done. It's like, if I can just make it another, like, we're over the halfway point. Like, it's all down here from here. So I don't want to forget and get wrapped up in getting ready for them. I did wash off Mom's duck from the other video. I forgot that I was going to do that. Well, I don't know that I knew I was going to. And then I remembered that was one of the things that I wanted to do, was wash that duck so that I can give it to Mom when she's here this weekend. I was like, oh, I guess I need to make the video about, you know, things from the shop, things that I saved from the shop. So that video is available if you want to go watch that one. But other than that, now that I've bled on, you came here for a question, so let's ask one. Where are we here? What makes you... That's the same fucking question you asked me the other day. What makes you feel liberated? What? Let's go back. Let's go back. I had a similar answer. What makes you... I feel like they just asked this question in a different... What makes you feel independent on Independence Day? Yeah, July 4th, July 13th. What makes you feel liberated? Isn't that basically the same fucking question? I'm gonna have the basically same fucking answer. What makes me feel liberated is my life, basically. I guess if you want to narrow it down to, like, I'm not in a relationship, and that's part of the reason why I don't want to be in a relationship, is because I don't want to answer to some other person. I don't want somebody else's bullshit in my life. It's like, I can go do, I mean, as long as, money permitting, whatever. Like, I don't have to ask permission to, like, if I want to go on an adventure with, if Sean just happens to pop up, which he has done before, and he'd be like, hey, you want to go to the Renaissance Festival this weekend? Or what was the other one? Branson. That, like, just that impromptu trip to Branson that we did that one weekend. I don't have to ask anybody. I answer to no one except for myself and, my bank account, I suppose. But, in case you didn't see it, I just spit. I just saw it go, whew, all the way over there. But, just figured I'd point it out, professionalism and all that. But yeah, I guess that makes me feel liberated, being single, being, not tied down to anyone, not tied down to a family, not tied down to what do the kids need to do this weekend, not, like, where do they need to go, what do I need to take care of for my kids, blah, 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 blah. Not having a family, not having anyone, just being me, just being a lone wolf in society, makes me feel liberated, because that's just pretty much all my life, except for, what doesn't make me feel liberated, which is going to fucking work all goddamn week long, waking up to a goddamn fucking alarm clock, and going and, doing a job I don't want to do to pay bills I don't want to pay, as I've said a million times. So, other than that, once I clock out, though, I'm done. I'm me. It's my life. It's my time. I don't have to, take someone else into account. I don't have to be like, what are you doing today? Or, sometimes it's like, you hear about that, like, oh, I signed us up for a woodworking class this weekend, or, I signed us up for some stupid fucking bullshit this weekend, and you're like, oh, thanks for asking me if that was okay first, before you just fucking did it, like, we gotta go see my parents this weekend, or whatever. Like, I don't have to see anybody's parents. I don't have to like anyone else's family. I just have to do me, and that's what I do. Me. On occasion. Sometimes I gotta take a week off, but then I go back to doing me, Like, make it special. I'm worth it. Recharge. The older you get, you need to recharge further. You need to recharge for the discharge. You know what I'm saying? Boom! Ready? Like, so I guess if you want to, my life, like I said in general, other than having to go to work and pay bills, and the fucking stupid assness of it being a goddamn fucking adult. Other than that, I'm living liberated, I feel like, because I come home and it's me time all the time, you know, so no one gets to take that away from me. So I guess you know, what makes me feel liberated is being single, footloose and fancy free, a confirmed bachelor, as my mom would say, you know. So there's your answer to that question. It's done for today. Tomorrow's question will probably be later, because I don't know for sure. I mean, the paranormal investigation goes until 1 a.m., so I don't know how late in the day we're going to sleep, if Minxie allows such a thing. I don't know. I mean, Sean sometimes, I think, can stay up late and then get up early and just do it all over again or whatever. But I don't know about Mom. Mom might sleep in if she can, if someone lets her. You know, we'll see about that. And I'll be asleep here on the couch, so I'll be passed out, just like I was earlier today. And that's how it got to be so fucking late when I started the laundry. It was like 7:30 when I started the laundry, I think. It's like I wanted to get it before it got too late, because I think that there are people that live above the office down there. I don't know if they live above the laundry room, but it's like I didn't want to be doing laundry at, like, you know, midnight or, you know, 2 in the morning or something, because it's like I could be bothering somebody. Though I did. I realized I needed to make more ice for Mom, or fresh ice, since she's going to be here. The ice might have been fine. I don't, because she was just here a couple weeks ago, right? I don't know. But I thought I would make Mom fresh ice. But of course my ice maker thing, my ice maker bucket in there or whatever was full. So it's kind of like, I started like picking it up slowly, like by handfuls, and putting it in the sink. But then at some point I'm like, this is making just as much noise. I might as well just turn it up and like dump all the ice in the sink at once instead of going, you know. And then so I just dumped it all and made like this and got it done and over with, you know, ripped the Band-Aid off, and then I was like, sorry neighbors. And then I proceeded to turn the hot water on, and you know, because they said it's healthy for the that's what they told me one time when it got stopped up, was it was healthy to, like, you know, just put some ice or something down the garbage disposal and, you know, turn it on, make it crunch. So I was putting the ice down the garbage disposal and, like, turning it on and turning it off, so it could just kind of go like, just make a little bit of noise, just a little, a minimal amount of noise. That was like at midnight, I think. So about an hour ago, a little after midnight is when it was. But I'm like, it's the weekend, you know. And of course, some people, depending, you know, on what your days off are, I guess you could work during the weekend. But I try not to make that much noise all the time. So every once in a while, I guess, maybe I get a pass. I don't know. But I mean, I guess that doesn't make me feel liberated, you know, living attached to other people, because then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be making this much noise at midnight with all this ice. Did it anyway. And it was probably fine, because sometimes that ice will sit up there for a very long time, and it'll go from being like a regular-sized cube to like this tiny little, like, you know, pequeño, little piece of ice, because it is, I guess it like evaporates over time or whatever. So that's probably when I need to make fresh ice, when Mom's going to be here. But I figured I'd just go ahead and do it anyway. So, whatever, man. Weekend vibes, right? But anyway, that just made this video a lot longer than it needed to be. Apologies. But yes, I still don't know the rules on videotaping at the paranormal thing tonight. Gail and I are both going, so there'll be 2 different videos on it at some point, sometime. So I don't know if we're going to be able to film there, or if, like Gail said, he would probably at least do like you know, a recap of his experiences or whatever happened there, whatever. So I mean, that may be what I have to do too. I don't know, but there'll be some kind of video concerning that tomorrow, probably. Because I doubt I'll get it done later today, since it's, you know, I mean, we're going to be there till after midnight. We're going to be there till 1 o'clock in the morning. So, from Saturday into Sunday. That's how I live anyway, since I work overnights. You know, it's one long blur. But anyway, that just made the video even longer. So, that's what's going on. You know the sitch. And I'll see you for what I see. Yeah.